Hi there, today we've got a funky no hands flow. There's a playlist attached to this as well, just a fun, it's Friday here, a fun Friday playlist with a lot of positive songs and good vibes as we start the weekend. You'll need a blanket and a couple of blocks if you've got them. If you don't, not a big deal, we'll do without them. So we're going to start in an easy seat. Today our practice will be focused on Manipura chakra, so if you can see the third chakra symbol up there. Manipura is the solar plexus, it's the region around the navel, it's the core, it's about willpower, and the element associated with it is fire, the color is yellow. So let's get started with some Manipura energy today. Sit up nice and tall, head over the heart, over the hips, roll your shoulders back, and begin to focus your awareness on that space around the navel and slightly above the navel. Feel your belly button draw in towards your spine as you exhale, and soften as you inhale. Connect your attention to fire, so really feeling that fiery breath as your belly rises. And as you exhale, imagine that fire cooling to embers. We'll begin today with a solar plexus chakra affirmation. I live with integrity and a high respect for myself and others. I am in alignment with the abundant flow of the universe. I stand courageous and full of personal power. I am empowered and I empower others. I am enough. I am empowered and I empower others. I am enough. Draw your hands to heart center, repeating those words silently to yourself. I am enough. I am enough. Set a personal mantra or affirmation, prayer, intention this morning. Bowing to that, thumbs to the third eye. Return your thumbs to your heart. We'll begin with a little torso churning here this morning. So paying attention to your center, begin to shift your heart forward and taking your spine, your torso around as if you were coming into a back bendy cow and a curled cat, moving, paying attention to your breath and that connection to the movement. You take those circles in the other direction, sending the heart forward and rolling towards the opposite knee. Switch the cross of your legs and we'll take the same thing. So circling the torso, starting in that first direction. Take it to the other direction, a few rolls here. Let it be super fluid and flowy and just finding some space in your side body, front body, back body. Float yourself back to center here and sit well. Bring your fist with the thumb excluded from the fist to the space around solar plexus, Manipura chakra, and place the other hand on top of that hand. Become really aware of the breath at navel center. Close your eyes. We'll start with a little Kapalabhati breath this morning, skull shining breath. So that involves a passive inhale and short explosive exhales. So you really don't force the inhale, it just naturally comes. And then the exhale is very controlled using that navel center. So it sounds like this, if you can hear this. And you can kind of see my hand pulsing on my belly. So we'll do a round of Kapalabhati, we'll do a little core work seated, and we'll start moving. So again, bringing fist with the thumb excluded into the belly, the other hand around it for a bit of pressure. Take a long breath in. Maybe you need a tissue and a long breath out. Begin your Kapalabhati. Kapalabhati can be slow, it can be very quick, so find the pacing that's working for your breath this morning. Five, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take a breath in and let it go. Relax your hands onto your thighs and come back to a natural breath. Notice any energy flowing through your body. Energy moving due to the Kapalabhati. Begin to connect to a slower, deeper breath now. Start to blink your eyes open. Bring the soles of your feet to your mat. I'm going to turn a little bit so you can see what I'm doing. Bring the soles of your feet to the mat. A little bit wider than your hips, and bring your hands to your heart. Start to lean back a little bit until you find that core connection. We'll start left elbow to right knee with some little twists, picking up that right leg and twisting to the right. If you want to add the Kapalabhati breath with it, you're more than welcome to do that. So that might sound like this. Or you can just move slowly through some twists. So let's get started. Lean back a bit, bring your hands to your heart, and find those little twists. Again, it can be quick, it can be slow. You can use the Kapalabhati or stay with the natural breath. But really pay attention to navel center here. Take it to the second side. Connect to the core every time you lean back. Protect your low back. Alternating for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Separate your feet a little wider than the hips. Grab your shins, knees, and lift your heart. Coming into a super sweet, gentle back bend here. Again, breathe into navel center. Begin to slowly bring your legs behind you, settling into a child's pose. Now we're going to add a little element of Manipura here. Take that fist and place it right at the base of your belly where that Manipura lies, like around the navel and just above the navel. Fold the other hand on top of it. You can bring your knees close and get a lot of pressure here. If you've got some digestive stuff going on, maybe don't do that this morning. Otherwise, you can bring your knees a little wider, floating your forehead to a block or to the earth. So whatever feels most grounding for you today. So we're really working a lot of Manipura, Svadhisthana, and Muladhara, the 3 lower chakras, root, sacral, and solar plexus. Take one more breath. And slowly begin to rise up. So yesterday morning I got my first COVID vaccine and I wasn't really sure how my arm was going So if you feel the need to do it, you feel the need to flow, I'm not there. Do as you like. But I do have a few people in my Friday morning class who have some carpal tunnel and wrist issues, so they were super grateful, and you might be too. So grab your blocks and bring your right foot up between those blocks, coming into low lunge. Pause right here, wiggle back through the left knee, and stay grounded. Pay attention to your root, hips to knees to feet. Settle into your breath. Begin to curl the left toes if they're not already, and lift your left knee. Find a twist. So that can be an open twist, that can be a prayer twist. Your choice. Again, connect to that navel center, to the breath. Belly as it rises and falls. Look to the earth, bring your hands down, switch sides. Bring your right knee back and your left foot forward. Coming back into that low lunge, get heavy in the legs and hips. Left knee is over its heel. Begin to curl the right toes if they're not already, and lift your right knee, finding either that open twist or a prayer twist. Look to the earth, hands to the blocks, switch sides again. Bring the right foot forward, left knee back. We'll add on to that flow now. So bend into the right knee and send your hips back, pop your toes up. 2 more times, bend into that knee and send your hips back, toes up. 1 more time, bend the knees, starting to open up those hamstrings and hips. Bend your knee, find your twist again. So lift the left knee, raise your right arm or find your prayer twist. Few breaths here. And then sweep your arms up into lunge. Sweep your hands back, exhale. Inhale, rise with the arms. Exhale back. Inhale, rise. Exhale back and hold. Float your hands to your hips. Step your left foot in for warrior 3. Raise that left leg and send your heart forward. Settle in for a few breaths here. Balance as much as you can. If you need to tap those toes down, do it up. 1 more breath, and we'll step this left foot back, turning to goddess towards the long edge of the mat. I apologize for the view here. Bend your knees and find a little wiggle. Again, opening the root from the hips down to the feet. Muladhara, red root chakra, very earthy element. Extend your arms, extend your legs. Begin to bend into each knee a little side lunge. And stretch your side body long. Pay attention to the navel center. Maybe add Kapalabhati breath here. So maybe exhale, exhale, exhale. You can go as quickly or as slowly as you like. The next time you turn to the top of the mat, bring your hands back to the blocks and we'll switch sides. So bring the left foot forward, low lunge, fingertips on the blocks, lift the heart. Take a breath here, send your hips back, half Hanuman. Bend your knee, low lunge. Exhale back, half Hanuman. Bend your knee, low lunge. And 1 more time, take it back, half Hanuman, come into high lunge. Lift your right knee, find your twist. So hand down and up, or prayer. Squeeze your feet together, open your heart. Come up to high lunge, reach your arms up, exhale back, float the arms back. Inhale, rise, exhale, float back. 1 more time, inhale, reach up, exhale back, hands to the waist, right foot steps in, right foot lifts, warrior 3. Again, do your best to find some balance here. All the wiggles and bobbles are great. Have a good sense of humor, right? If you have to tap your toes down, do it. And take another breath where you are. We're stepping this right leg back to goddess. So step and turn, find a little shift here. So again, getting into the big muscle groups here, the hips, the quads, the legs. And lengthen your legs and your arms. We'll start with that side bend to each side, maybe adding a Kapalabhati, maybe just staying with a fluid flow. Pay attention to your middle, whatever choice you're making, whether you're going slow or you're going quick. As you come back to the top of the mat, come all the way back down and settle in for a child's pose. If you'd like to take the belly, the fist to the belly again, you can do that. If you'd rather settle in with hands on blocks or forearms on blocks, you're more than welcome to do that. Breathe. Feel that breath in the sides of the body. Relax your shoulders, relax the skin of your face and your jaw. And again, just become aware of the breath in the belly. As your breath begins to slow down, begin to rise up. And we're coming up to a forward fold, so curl your toes and step yourself in. Bend and lengthen your legs. Now here, if you'd like to take a flow through, you're more than welcome to do that. If you're not on board with my no hands flow today, take a flow through right now. And shake it out now, and yes. Separate your teeth, soften your jaw, let it all go. Inhale, lift to a flat back, and exhale, let it all go. Inhale, halfway lift, and let it go, root down, rise with your breath. Inhale, stretch all the way up, lift your arms and your heart. Oh, that feels good. Exhale, hands to the heart. Set your blocks down at their lowest level, and we'll do a little standing fun flow here that adds Warrior 3 into the next two. So place the ball of your right foot on the back of the block, so as close to the ball of the foot as you can get. And then the left foot will be behind the left block, maybe slightly turned out for balance. Begin to bend both knees and fan your booty back. Get low into the legs and then start to extend and bend this right leg. So much like that half Hanuman we were shifting to from low lunge. So keep that hip tacked back and make some space in those hamstrings again. As you inhale, start to rise up, tap the block, and bring your knee in towards your chest. Find some balance. You can use that left hand to help you out. Step your right foot up onto the block now and raise the left leg, or maybe keep your toes on the floor for some version of Warrior 3. Find some balance there. And step yourself back off the blocks, give your legs a little wiggle. Take it to the second side. So ball of the left foot as much as you can get on the back of the block. Toes are free, keep those engaged. Right foot steps behind the right block and toes can turn slightly out for balance again. Here we bend the knees, booty fans back, toes spread wide. Start to lengthen and bend that left leg, keeping that hip tacked back. Getting into those hamstrings and into your hips. Feel your tailbone lift, your heart extends, and your thighs are wide. Begin to slowly rise up. You can put the ball of that foot on the block for balance as you hug your left knee in. You can use that right arm for stability. You can also wrap your hand behind your thigh or not use your hands at all, for that matter. Bring the left foot up and onto the block. Push off of that right foot. Maybe your toes stay on the floor. Maybe you fly into Virabhadrasana 3, Warrior 3. And step yourself back. So we're going to repeat that flow a few times on each side, getting progressively quicker. So bring the right toes onto the block, bend your knees, booty back. Not holding as much this time, rise up and begin to draw that right knee. Give it a nice healthy hug in. Step up onto the block, find your Warrior 3, whatever that looks like. Step back down, place the ball of the left foot on the block. Bend your knees, booty goes back, leg is long. Rise up, hug the left knee and pause. Step up on the block, Warrior 3, whatever that looks like for you. Whoa. Then bring it back down, step the ball of the right foot up. Bend the knees, hips go back, leg is long. Stepping down onto the left foot, raise the right leg, give your knee a hug in. Step up onto the block, find your Warrior 3. Step back down, step up on the block with the left foot, ball of the foot, bend your knees, booty goes back, leg is long. Rise up, lift and hug that left knee. Step up onto the block, find your Warrior 3. And take it back down. Give your legs a wiggle, interlace your hands. Feet a little wider than the hips, find a fold. So soften the knees and stretch your arms up, shake your head out. Take another breath here, bring your hands down to the blocks. Inhale, halfway lift. Heel toe those feet into center and grab your blocks. Step forward with the right foot and back with the left, coming into a Warrior 2. Rise with your breath. Squeeze your feet together, extend your arms, hug into the center, hug into your low belly, and then raise those arms up to the sky. Finding Dvihasta Parsvakonasana, reverse warrior. Extended side angle, reverse warrior. Again, you can find that Kapalabhati breath if you like. Or just flow. Back to Warrior 2, stretch the right leg in line with the foot. Drop your hand behind your thigh, find a little lift and triangle, lower lift. Again, you can come back to that Kapalabhati or not. Pay attention to your center, to the length, especially through the left ribs. One more breath. And bring yourself up, bend your knee, and turn your toes in. Interlace your hands again, wide leg fold. Pardon the view. Soft knees, shake your head out, no and yes. Root down, rise with your breath. Heels in, toes out, gotta squat. Bring your hands to your belly, fold that fist into the belly. And find a pulse here, lift down and up, down and up. Find a connection to your core again. Connect to your legs, squeeze them in. Maybe a Kapalabhati again. Straighten your legs, turn your toes, coming into a lunge pose, pop the left heel. Pause here. Move into a standing split. So bringing the left leg up, take a breath. Exhale it out. Take a breath here, bend your knees, step back, lunge. Take another breath here, come into standing split, exhale. And take another breath in. Bring your left foot to meet your right. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to let go. Root down, rise with your breath. Inhale, arms and heart lift. Exhale, hands to the heart. Take in any sensations in your body right now, especially from the hips down through the feet, from the navel center down through your feet. Become aware of your breath and the rise and fall of navel center. I am empowered. I empower others. I am enough. Envisioning again that ball of fire, red and orange and yellow, breathing in, the flame ignites. And exhale, settling down to the embers. With your in-breath, raise your arms. And with your exhales, find those blocks again. Step back with the right foot this time. Coming into warrior two, second side. Raise your arms, extend them, and again, hug the feet together. So working those big muscle groups, hip to knees to heels. Squeeze in, raise your arms, finding either Kapalabhati breath or a slow flow. Moving into extended side angle, reaching the arms forward. Reverse warrior, reaching the arms back. Again, maybe finding that Kapalabhati rhythm or just flowing fluidly with your natural breath. Three more here, two more, last one. Nice job. Bring your arms out, warrior two, extend that front leg, tipping into a Trikonasana, we'll lower and lift. So keeping those right ribs long, attention to the center of your body, navel center. Again, you can add that Kapalabhati, add a pulling apart of the legs, widening of the sacrum. Three more. Two more. Last one. Rise warrior two. And turn the feet, interlace, and fold forward. Exhale. Keep the knees soft. Shake your head out, no and yes. Begin to root into the feet, rise back up, sweep your arms up, finding goddess pose, again maybe folding a fist and a hand at the belly, heels and toes out, we'll find that descent and lift. Again, you can find Kapalabhati again. Squeeze the feet together. Stay connected to your legs, to your breath, to your middle. Three more, two more, one more. Stretch the legs, coming into a high lunge, top of the mat. Grab your blocks, clap that back heel up. Take a pause. Find your standing split. This time the right leg ascends to the sky as you bow forward towards your left knee. Step it back again, high lunge, full breath in, full breath out. Soften into the knees, step forward, standing split. And drop your right foot next to your left, forward fold. Inhale to lift halfway, and exhale to let go. Shake it out. We're coming back to a table pose, so bring your knees underneath your hips, and we'll begin to find pigeon, but not from three-legged dog. If you love to find it from three-legged dog, you're more than welcome to do that, or a three-legged table. We're going to find it in a different way this time. So bringing your hands onto the blocks, with your right foot step forward, walk your blocks beyond your toes. Begin to heel toe this right foot back and left. So behind the left block, but a little closer to the left knee. Walk your block slightly to the left and widen your right seat and your booty to the right. Lean to the left, booty to the right. Stand up, sit down, fight, fight, fight. So take your hips in one direction, your heart in the other, and you can roll off onto the pinky edge of that foot, starting to prepare for pigeon pose. Walk your blocks back in and continue now to drop that right knee wide and wiggle back through your long left leg. Now for some of you, you might want to take a three-legged dog and come into pigeon that way, if this seems really foreign and difficult to get into. It's a deeper way to go, right? And we don't have to use our hands to get there other than blocks for table. So settling into pigeon pose now, you can set the blocks to the side, you can bring your forehead to a block or forearms to a block. Don't overthink it, just bring yourself down here.
Do what feels right, feels good. Again, bring your attention to your breath. Begin to slowly unwind your pigeon pose.
I'm going to bring my forearms to blocks at the middle level, stepping back into a forearm table for some hip circles on that right hip. You can do whatever you like. If a three-legged dog, a three-legged table from hands works for you, that's all great. You do you. I always say that, right? So bring your knee, that left knee in a little bit, and bring your right knee back to join it. You can wiggle those knees in and make some big circles with that right hip from hands, from forearms, from down dog. Ooh, felt good. And tuck your right knee underneath your hip. Come back to a table on the blocks and step your left foot up for a low lunge to begin. Again, we'll walk those blocks just forward of those left toes and heel toe your left foot back and behind the block on your right hand. You can roll onto the pinky edge of that foot. You can walk your blocks over to the right this time. Maybe you want to just keep your blocks forward and wide if that feels more balanced for you. But start to widen the left thigh and sitting bone over to the left. Keep your heart reaching to the right. Or again, if coming forward feels like the better option for you, bring your blocks wide and forward. Bring your attention to the left inner thigh, to your core, to your heart. And then bringing your blocks back to center, now you can start to settle that left knee up towards the block and sneak back through your right foot as you sneak into a pigeon pose. Toes can be curled or uncurled, balance out the hips, so give a little hug. Again, not overthinking it, but trying to find as much balance as you can get as you come down to the earth.
Connect to your breath and to your awareness of your middle, to the heaviness from hips to thighs to feet. Watch the rise and fall of your belly. Take one more breath where you are and begin to slowly release.
Rising back up onto your forearms, forearms on blocks, hands on blocks, hands on the earth. Taking your pose of release. So curl the right toes, come up to the knee, and bring your left knee back to join it. Maybe crawling in for a forearm or table on hands. And making some movement with that left hip and thigh. Releasing any tension from the hip. We're coming down to a seated pose. So if you have a blanket and you'd like to use it, grab it and place it underneath your seat. Extend your legs and give them a little wiggle. And then cross your right ankle on top of your left thigh, coming into a seated version of the same pose, pigeon. So you can tuck a block underneath that knee if you feel like your knee is dangling and it's challenging. Find a nice little squeeze and hug of that left heel back towards its hip. So you're not hyperextending the left knee, but you have a slight bend in the left knee. Keep both sets of toes flexed back towards their knees. Take a breath. My toes are cold. And start to lean forward, leading with the heart. So keep your spine long as you can. And if that feels like the best option for you, stay there. If your spine says yes to a little fold, maybe you can start to round in. I'm going to hold on to my toes because they're cold. And again, pay attention to the center of your body, to your navel. You might want to take your left fist to your belly and curl in. Pay attention to your breath. Take one more breath here. Begin to slowly rise and place the right foot on the outside of the left knee. Left hand comes around the knee, right hand behind your hip for a twist. Sit well, and again, pay attention to your middle. So watch the rise and fall of your belly, perhaps envisioning that fire as you inhale, growing orange, red, and yellow. And as you exhale, cooling, sending the belly down towards your spine. 2 more of those deep breaths. Slowly begin to unwind your twist and send both legs long, give them a wiggle, and we'll do the second side. So crossing left ankle over right thigh, flush away from the seat, curl toes towards knees, press into that right heel and isometrically pull back. Begin to walk your hands forward again. Keep your spine long and get that length before you choose the fold. So make sure you have the length in the spine before you go anywhere else. Keep all these actions in the body, and maybe you can fold. Maybe you want to tuck that right fist, right thumb in towards navel center as you fold. And become really aware of the rhythm of your breath again. Keep that hug of the right heel back towards its hip to avoid hyperextending that right knee. Take another in-breath and begin to slowly upright yourself, placing your left foot on the outside of your right knee, right hand to your knee or thigh. Turn into your twist. One more long breath. Exhale, slowly release. Unwind your legs and give them a wiggle. Remove the blanket from underneath you. And bring yourself down towards the floor. Draw your knees
knees to your chest. Lengthen your left leg long and place your left hand on your right knee, right arm out to the side of the mat. Begin to twist that right knee across your body and bring it back to center. Inhale. Exhale, twist. Inhale, center. This time, exhale, twist and hold. Maybe you want to block underneath your knee. A place to rest, right? A place to go. Maybe you're happy floating that leg in space. Maybe you can get your knee to the floor. Don't be attached to where it's going. Be mindful of your breath, though, and your center. Take another breath and begin to slowly remove that right knee from the left side of your body. Bring your feet and your hips back to center. Give your knees a gentle squeeze. Perhaps a rock from side to side. And begin to notice the difference between your right and left side now. Place your feet on the earth. If you want that block under your knee on the second side, make sure it's accessible. Extend your right leg this time. Draw your left knee into your right hand. Left arm open to the left and begin to twist. And find center. Exhale, twist. Inhale, center. And exhale, twist. Knee finds the block. Or not. I'm a little cranky around this side, so I'm going to need to bring the block all the way up. Come back to your breath. Let that left shoulder settle, soften. Pay attention to your breath again. Feel your belly button rise and fall, reaching in towards your spine. Take one more breath where you are. And begin to slowly remove your left leg from the right side of the mat. Coming back to center, bend your knees. And slowly draw your knees into your chest again. Rock from side to side. Place your feet on the earth. Extend your arms and your legs. Stretch long. Maybe find a little space underneath the low back. Lift your ribs and your belly. And slowly release. Bend your knees. Tuck a block underneath your low back, your sacrum. Coming into a supported bridge. I'm coming to the lowest level. You can come middle or high if you prefer it. And hang out right here. Place your hands at your navel center, maybe in the shape of a diamond right around your navel. And connect your awareness to your breath again. Take another breath here, press down into your feet. Slowly begin to lift your hips and remove that block. If you're coming off a high block, come down in stages. So rather than just bringing your spine all the way down, come down to the middle level, to the lowest level, and all the way to the earth for a few breaths. Give a gentle press into the base of your thighs. Heel toe your feet a little wider than your hips and let your knees kiss at the middle for constructive rest. If there's another place for Shavasana that you'd like to go, legs up the wall, or Supta Baddha Konasana, or a simple Shavasana, body in the shape of a star, that works too. Bring your hands again around navel center, get connected to the fire. Feel the fire expand and get brighter as the belly rises, as the inhale comes. And as the belly descends, exhale, empty, cool the embers. Inhale, feel the fire build. Red, orange, yellow, light. And as you exhale, let the fire cool. Belly button drops towards the spine. Keep a connection to your breath. Allow the pace of your breath to slow. Take another long breath in and out and begin to heel toe your feet a little closer together. Slowly draw your knees in a little bit wider than your ribs. Make some circles with your knees. Find a gentle rocking motion. Begin to either rock to one side and press yourself up, or simply rock forward and back to come up to an easy seat. Close your eyes, stack your spine, and again become aware of navel center, perhaps folding that fist and hand again on top of the navel. Returning to our solar plexus chakra affirmation this morning. I live with integrity and a high respect for myself and others. I am in alignment with the abundant flow of the universe. I stand courageous and full of personal power. I am empowered and I empower others. I am more than enough. Draw your hands to heart center. Silently repeat to yourself, I am more than enough. As you move off your mat, may you be empowered. May you empower others and remember that you are enough. Thanks for sharing in this Manipur practice with me today, and no hands flow. In gratitude, namaste.